Now, let's say that you guys have your own children and you haven't worked on the things that you struggled with. And you haven't realized that you inherited your parents' trauma and stuff like that. Now you're having children on top of your parents' trauma and your trauma. Now your kids are inheriting all of this. It's just going down a rabbit hole. We're just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just feeding into Pandora's box, because y'all know I love Pandora's box. It feeds into this Pandora's box, and then now your children is in the world. They have your inherited trauma. They have your parents' inherited trauma. Now they're going to the world learning things about themselves and learning things about life. Now they inherit their own trauma because of the things that they've dealt with in life if they're adults now, right? So now they have to work 3 times as hard to become a person that can actually function in the world, because you chose not to work on your shit and then your parents chose not to work on their shit. So if this makes sense to you, just put a 1 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't make
That's
sense to you,
good.
shoot a message.
That's good, bro.
You know what I'm
That's good,
saying?
bro. Ooh, that's good. And I want to piggyback off of you because, and I'm piggybacking when you said because the parents, didn't choose to heal their shit and we didn't choose to do the work, right? And doing the work what does doing the work look like, right? So I'm gonna give another scenario, but not a story, but a scenario.
Go ahead.
This is how I do it because I have done it with my kids. I'm gonna use an example. Let's just say you had a parent that wasn't emotionally available for you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you had your own kids, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm there for my kids because my daddy and my mama wasn't there," right? That sounds cute because once again, only cute because I did that. I've said those things.
Right.
But it was a motive behind it. And this is the part that parents don't want to hear. They will say, "Oh, I ain't had no motive. I'm just doing what my parents did." They didn't do. Yes, you did. I'm going to tell you how you had a motive. You had a motive because you was giving your kids something that you never had. You never said that you're giving your kids what they deserve and what is supposed to happen as being a parent. You specifically said, "I'm giving my kids what I didn't have." But this is how this going to turn out. Because if you have that mindset, if you create a safe space or give your kids something that you never had, it will not work. This is why it will not work.
Right.
The reason why it would not work, because some parents, this is where the manipulation comes in. Parents, and we don't want to use the word manipulation, but this is what it is. I'm going to give you what
Just
my
keep it
parents
honest.
didn't give me.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not knowing that I'm giving you what my parents didn't give me so that I can feel good. So that I can feel good that I said that I gave my kids something that I didn't. Take a drink, bro. So I'm gonna give my kids something that I didn't have.
I
But
got
in
something for
reality,
you.
you're manipulating your kids, right? And when you create that safe space, all it's going to do is continue to trigger you and keep you stuck.
Right.
I used to create safe spaces for my kids, and I would be like, "Oh my God, I couldn't even talk to my mom. My mom wouldn't even let me vent." Guess what? I created that space for my kids based off of what I didn't have. And don't you know it was a slap in the face? My kids will come to me, "Mommy, I don't even like the way you really said that because that really hurt my feelings." Guess what I do? I get triggered. I go off on my kids. I'm like, "Hold up. You ain't, I'm the mama. You ain't gonna be disrespectful to me." But hold on, Steph. You created that safe space. You created that safe space because you wanted your kids, quote unquote, to have something that you never had. But you didn't know that the other side to creating that safe space is going to be triggering based off of your motive for creating that safe space.